How's it going, Diablo 2 fans? Thank you for checking out my content, and in today's video, I'm going to be covering good starter runewords for the new and/or casual player. I'll have timestamps at the top of the video's description for those that want to focus on certain sections of information, as I will first cover key points of farming, cubing, and then focus on the runewords themselves. This list isn't to say that nobody else could benefit from this list. However, when I look on YouTube for good starter runewords, the lists usually are for those in mid to end of Nightmare, and I wanted to create a list for those whom would benefit from knowing what runewords could be available to them before entering Nightmare. For those players whom were like me when I started playing again after a 15-year hiatus, I was the casual player, taking it slow and leveling a lot because I was completely unaware of the experience penalty prior to level 25, which I will save for another video. But I didn't care. I fell back in love with this amazing game, and I wanted to explore all the areas again, such as the hole in the pits in Act 1, all the false ways into the Arcane Sanctuary and all the false Talrasha tombs in Act 2, all the 6 temples looking for the Tome of Lemessons in Act 3. You get the idea. And with my characters, I usually leveled to 30 by mid-Act 3 and would be in the low to mid-40s by the end of normal. So the possibilities of runewords most would save for early Nightmare were becoming available to me from either farming or from cubing up runes. And I never played Lords of Destruction before, only vanilla D2 before the expansion came out. So runes and runewords were new to me, and seeing as nobody really does cover low-level normal difficulty runewords for players who would be how I was when I started playing again, I wanted to make this video specifically just for them. Before I get into the list, I want to quickly go over farming and cubing up runes to have access to runewords faster. A lot of lower level runes needed for the start of this list can be farmed from the Countess, whom you will kill in Quest 4 of Act 1. In normal, she can drop up to a Row rune, which means that there are 8 possible runes she can drop. She could drop up to 3 runes per run, and sometimes she won't drop any. That's just Diablo RNG for you. But with time, patience, determination, and some good RNG luck, you could quickly farm your way up to most of these runewords. The next best area to farm higher runes would be the super chests in Lure Kurast in Act 3. So if the Countess doesn't drop what you need, the super chest would hopefully be more ideal for you, with Traffic Vault being the next ideal spot, with killing the High Council for Quest 5 of Act 3. For those runewords you can't farm directly from the Countess or the super chest, you have the ability to find as they drop throughout the game, from those you kill or popping poppables such as chests, corpses, rotting trees, etc. You also can cube up lower level runes to make higher runes needed for your runewords. I have included lists of how to cube up runes with their Project Cube that you can find in Quest 2 of Act 2. Feel free to pause the video to further view the lists. All of the runes needed for these runewords can be farmed up to Act 5 normal, and I chose the runewords I did because of how viable they are for as many classes of heroes as possible, and can be taken into Nightmare or even early Hell before needing to be switched out. I feel as though the earlier you can make them and the longer that you can use them, the more viable they are for anyone to use. The lowest character level needed for 2 of these runewords is 13, and they can be farmed directly from the Countess fairly quickly. I won't include Agent's Pledge because it's all but completely given when completing Saving the Barbarians in Quest 2 of Act 5, minus the shield to socket the runes into. For any of the items you socket runes into, please make sure the name of the item is gray, not blue, as magic items won't convert the runes into runewords. Only gray items will. Also, when you're looking for the amount of sockets that you need for the item you're going to socket the runes into, it has to be the exact same number of sockets as it would needed for the runes to make the runewords. So if your runeword is 3 runes long, it has to be 3 sockets. No more, no less. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. But with all that being said, let's get to the list. Number 1, Nadir. Tur with a character level of 13. If your character is in need of help with survivability and defense, this is going to be a great runeword for you. With it being such a low level to be able to have an increase in defense, especially 30 against missiles, 10 to defense altogether, 50% enhanced defense, this is going to be a great runeword to be able to help you get through normal, especially for the stat that most people focus on for this runeword, being the level 13 Cloak of Shadow charges. This is going to be amazing for crowd control because as you cast this, it's going to make it to where enemies will not be able to attack you, therefore giving you the chance to, if your character needs to be able to run away, or if you need to be able to go more on a one-on-one approach with the enemies, this is what's going to be able to help you survive a lot better, a lot easier, and give you a lot more comfort as you go through normal. And that's why I decided to include this in the list. Number 2, Steel. Tier and L, character level 13. This is an incredibly OP runeword for the low-level runes needed to be able to create it. With the fact it's able to be created in swords, axes, and maces, it allows a lot of versatility with where you'd be able to create the runeword. Off the bat, it gives 3 to minimum damage, 3 to maximum damage, 20% enhanced damage, and 50% chance to attack rating. But the main thing that people focus on for this rune word is the 25% increased attack speed and the 50% chance of open wounds. This is an incredibly ideal stat if you're trying to be able to take down bosses rather quickly. Especially if you are a dual weapon wielding barbarian, it allows you to be able to proc the open wounds a lot more often, making killing bosses a breeze. This is also something that you can farm directly from the Countess, as L is the lowest level rune that you would find in the game, and Tyr is one of the most commonly dropped runes from the Countess, making it to where you can create this rune word incredibly quick, early, and be able to take it all the way into Nightmare if you need to. For the low character level requirement, as well as the low level runes needed to be able to create this rune word, this is why I feel that it deserves to have a spot on this list. Number 3, Malice, Ith, L, Eth, character level 15. For the low level runes needed to be able to create this rune word, this is arguably one of the most OP rune words that you can use on a melee character early on in the game. Some of the stats include 33% enhanced damage, plus 9 to maximum damage, and 50 to attack rating. But the main stats that people focus on are the 100% chance of open wounds, minus 25% target defense, minus 100 monster defense per hit, and especially prevent monster heal. This is incredibly helpful when it comes to fighting bosses, as the open wounds makes it to where they continuously drain health, and as you chop away at their target defense per hit and just overall, it makes it to where this is a really great boss killer as you progress throughout the game, making it to where you can carry this all the way through normal and even into Nightmare. The only stat that would be a drawback is the minus 5 to drain life, because at character level 15, your health pool is not very high, so the minus 5 to drain life is going to be adding up rather quickly. This is something that I would suggest you use on the offhand as you are fighting a boss, get a couple of quick hits in, and then switch to your main hand and watch as the boss is going to be taken down rather quickly. With the fact that it is so overpowered with the open wounds, minus to target defense, prevent monster heal, and the fact that it has such low level rune requirements to be able to create this rune word, I felt that it deserved a spot on this list. Number 4, Stealth, Tal Eth, character level 17. This is the most commonly used body armor when getting through normal, with stats including magic damage reduced by 3, plus 6 to dexterity, plus 15 to maximum stamina, and plus 30 to poison resist. For those that are trying to clear areas rather quickly or to run and avoid situations fast, it offers 25% to faster run walk to hit the low level breakpoints, and for those casters, it offers 25% faster cast rate to help to reach the low level faster cast rate breakpoints. And for those that do get hit while trying to run, it offers 25% faster hit recovery to hit the low level faster hit recovery breakpoints to be able to avoid getting in a hit recovery lock. This also, for those that go through mana very quickly, offers 15% regeneration to mana. This is pretty much a guaranteed must for any caster character and helps with your survivability and being able to clear normal rather quickly. Whether you're a casual player or a speedrunner, this is the most commonly used body armor that you will see a lot of people taking all the way to Nightmare and even the early parts of Hell, and that alone makes it deserve a spot on this list. Number 5, Leaf, Tyr and Ral, character level 19. This is a great rune word to be able to use with early level fire sorceresses trying to get through Act 1, especially with fighting Andariel as her weakness is fire. Some of the stats include add 5 to 30 fire damage, plus 3 to fire skills, plus 3 to fire bolt, plus 3 to inferno, plus 3 to warmth, and 33% cold resistance. The 3 to fire skills is not limited to being used for sorcerers, however, as you'll see a lot of people use this for early level assassins and druids, as the assassin trap tree has fire skills and the druid elemental tree has fire skills as well. This helps with being able to power up your characters a lot earlier, especially for the druid. If you put it in a shorter staff, helps with increasing your attack speed when in shapeshifting form, being able to bonus as not only something that you use for your elemental skill tree, but when you do shapeshift, you're able to continue to use the same hand to be able to fight off the enemies as well. The fact that it's able to be used for so many characters makes it deserve a spot on this list. Number 6, Lore, Hort, Soul, character level 27. These next 2 rune words you will not generally find people making in normal, but if you are trying to level up to the later 30s and the early 40s, you will be able to find them either through cubing or finding them drop through Act 4 and Act 5. This is a great rune word for helping with increasing survivability in the latter acts of normal, as it offers 30% to lightning resistance, which helps with fighting Diablo, as one of his attacks is shooting a lightning beam. For caster characters, It offers 10-2 energy to help increase your mana pool so you don't have to refill as often when fighting champions, boss packs, and act bosses, but the main stat that people focus on is the +1 to all skills, boosting your power and making your damage increase as you fight your way through normal. This is an incredibly great rune word to be able to have for yourself and even be able to equip on your mercenary if he is low on lightning resistance. The fact that you still are able to find this in normal and carry it all the way through Nightmare, even to early Hell, makes it deserve a spot on this list. Number 7. Rhyme. Shale, F, character level 29. Much like with the previous rune word, you will not be finding a lot of people making this through normal, but if you're trying to level your character into the higher 30s or the low 40s, this is something you undoubtedly will be able to make either through cubing or finding the Shale rune as it drops through Act 5. This is a very versatile rune word as it helps with many different types of builds. For those that are trying to go for a max block build, this helps with 20% increased chance of blocking and 40% block rate. Also, like Ancient Blade that you will be able to make in Act 5, this helps with increasing your resistances as it offers 25% to all of them. For those that are trying to make a magic finding character, this helps with 25% better chance of getting a magic item, and if you are struggling with finding gold, there's a stat that helps with 50% extra gold find from monsters. The main stat that everyone focuses on for this rune word, however, is the Cannot Be Frozen mod, as a lot of the monsters that you would face in Act 5 have the ability to freeze you, especially when going through the Crystalline Passage, the Glacial Trail, and fighting Bale himself. This is an incredibly versatile rune word, with the highest rune needed being a Shale, and for the fact that it offers so much for such a low level requirement and a low rune requirement by comparison to other rune words that you would be able to make in Nightmare, I believe that alone makes it deserve a spot on this list. And that's going to be it for my list of low level rune words to be able to create when going through normal. Now, I understand that there's going to be a lot of people that have feelings of rune words that they feel deserve a spot on this list. If there's any that you feel that I have left out, please go ahead and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. I would love to know what you feel as far as any rune words that I may have missed, or if there are any that helped you getting through normal that you're able to carry on through Nightmare or even early part of Hell. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hope for those of you that are either getting back into the game or needing help when getting through normal, that this was able to help you out. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell notification to be notified whenever a new video comes out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have fun and take care.